Hey everybody, I'm back now with the release of my new drama horror short, Dark Love, and it's now available here on my YouTube channel, so make sure you check it out. I hope you'll enjoy it just as much as I did making it. In this video, I will talk about how I made Dark Love, so stick around. Picture this. It is August 2022 and I got this urge to have something creative to work on over the fall. I sat down to make a list of what I wanted to accomplish and it went something like this. Write more dialogue. My previous shorts had very little dialogue, so I wanted to take this opportunity to practice writing dialogue. Next on the list, finish the movie before Christmas 2022. I actually don't remember exactly where the idea came from, but I think at the time I might have heard on the news about some recent Munchausen by proxy syndrome incident. Munchausen by proxy is this horrible thing where a very disturbed parent willfully makes their child sick so that the kid will forever be dependent on the parent, usually by making up or actually causing the symptoms itself in the child. So this is very dark stuff. And in my twisted mind, I just asked myself, what if there was a mother that did all of these horrible things to her child, but with supernatural means? So that was the seed to my storyline, and over August into September, I sat vigorously and wrote my script. My first draft was just having one scene in the living room where the mom is consoling her daughter for everything that recently happened to her. But eventually, during their talk, Sarah gets wise and suspects her mom for actually being the reason for everything bad that happened to her. And then just end the short with this horrible revelation and Sarah's reaction to what she just learned. But then I thought that would be boring. I gotta make it more visual. Ending a story on a cliffhanger, the audience will just want to see more, obviously. So my next idea was to show everything that happened to Sarah in flashbacks. Just to have us leave the living room and change up the scenery. To show the breakup with the boyfriend. To show how her friend Jenny left for New York and how she is unable to get into any schools and so on. So now I discovered that this would make the story way too long for a short film, so I needed to cut back. Eventually I found some kind of a middle ground where I do only one flashback to show the mom in her demon form at Sarah's place, and then having Sarah doing some exposition in the beginning while her mom is trying to comfort her in the kitchen. I also made sure to have my characters move around the house to spice things up visually. So for example, we have one scene at the front door, one in the hallway, one in the kitchen, one as a close-up in the kitchen, one in the living room, and then at last, one at the dinner table. So this is much more interesting having them move around instead of sitting on a couch talking throughout the entire short. Hey, what's up, little guy?
You didn't use me for your latest movie, for storyboard and pre-visualizations. Didn't I do a good job?
No, you did great, little guy. I just used my iPad this time. Don't worry, I'm sure I'll find a use for you sometime.
Okay. So you will use me in your next movie?
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
You promise?
I promise. Now off you go, little buddy.
Okay. Bye then.
So for my other shorts I used this guy, but not this time. And don't worry, he's safe here with me. This time I found an app called Previous Pro on iPad. It's a simple but very advanced storyboard app that will let you add 3D objects, characters, image planes like pictures from the location, and by placing virtual cameras around in the scene, you can quickly make up a storyboard and figure out where you want to put your camera. Oh, and by the way, I have no affiliation with this app. This is just my personal opinion. I exported all my stills to a timeline and actually recorded Siri on my laptop in different voices so that I could hear and see what my final movie would look like.
Hej hjärtat! Ska vi ta dina saker direkt eller? Var är din flyttbil?
Vi kan ta dem sen.
Jag håller bara på att städa upp efter en kund och jag håller på att förbereda lite te till oss. Du kan ju inte bo på gatan medan du väntar på en ny lägenhet.
Jag kommer bo hos en kompis tills jag hittar något. Har du lagt en förbannelse på mitt liv?
Men kära nån, vad säger du?
So back and forth I went by writing the script and dialogue, recording it with Siri, and just feeling things out. If it sounded okay with a stiff robotic voice like Siri, I knew it would probably work with real actors giving the lines proper emotions. In October 2022, I started to look for actors and found Alicia Kalak, Sanja Matanikin, and my old buddy Johan Sofil Nilsson, who, by the way, played one of the Yutani workers in my previous short. We had about 5 days of shooting with actors, all on weekends. One evening with Johan and Alicia in the car, one day with Johan in front of a green screen, 2 days on location with Alicia and Sanja, and 1 day with only Alicia in Sarah's apartment, which we shot here at my place. Except for these 5 days with actors, I spent a lot of time shooting B-roll on all of my locations. For example, I went out where the car stops in the movie just to shoot some clean plates for the green screen shots of the hanging scene. Some B-rolls with the car arriving and leaving. There are a lot of shots like these in a movie that doesn't require the actors to be present. So I usually shoot these scenes on separate days, just so that I can focus all my attention on directing my actors when I have them available. All the scenes was set at nighttime or evening, but was actually shot during the daytime. So I had just an amazing time rigging all the blackouts for the windows on the location. Now, if you can't tell, I'm being sarcastic.
Alright, let's see. Let's make a movie here. It's gonna be awesome. I'm just gonna need some tape here. Gonna put it in the corner like this. So let's see. I'm probably gonna need to cut this up. So I hope I'm cutting this straight. Never mind. It's gonna be fine. Alright, let's see here. Let's put it up by the window. I need some more tape. Okay, I'm hoping this tape will hold. Probably. It's gonna be fine. Come on. Alright, it looks good. No.
Ah, joy, oh joy. If you're gonna do this yourself, here's a pro tip. Just don't do it. Just shoot at night. To finish before Christmas 2022, I decided early on not to do a 3D character this time. So instead, I went on Amazon to see what costumes I could combine for my demon character. And I ended up getting some Halloween monk costume, some black wedding veil, and this scary rubber animal human death skull. Fun fact, it's yours truly in the demon costume, and I shot myself in front of a green screen where I acted out all the shots that I needed for the movie. In some shots, like this one, I added glowing eyes to make it a little bit more creepy. And then, like in this shot, I added some smoke, giving it some more supernatural vibes. As you may know from my previous shorts, I shot about one scene every weekend. But this time around, I wanted to try to shoot all my scenes with Alicia and Sanja over 2 consecutive days, just to see if I could do it. After a couple of hours of preparing, lighting, blocking out all the windows, and eventually start shooting the scenes, it really got exhausting. On the second day, my mind starts to shut down. And that is the time when you start making mistakes, where you're more focused on wrapping up and you start to cut corners. So I will not be doing that again, but instead, in my next short, I will try to go back to doing 1 scene per weekend so I can get all the time I need for directing and collaborating with my actors. Alright everybody, that's all I got for you folks. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you got any questions, let me know in the comments below. I will try to answer every one of you. Next on this channel will be the production diary for my new upcoming short. So I will post stuff here whenever I have some exciting news to share. And I hope you will tag along for the ride. But enough of this. You know what time it is. It's blooper time.
När det gäller sånt här har jag aldrig haft fel.
Nu kommer det bli första gången.
Sara. Sorry about that.
Är det jag som säger det först? Sorry.
Ingen fara. Så länge du har kristallen på dig.
Jag vet, så kan du inte följa mig. Så jag kan väl bara köra nu.
Okej, så kan du försöka göra det utan att blinka. Kom och rulla.
Vad?
Men då är det perfekt att du flyttar hem igen. Inga mörka krafter når det här, så länge jag är här.
Mamma, jag vill inte flytta hem igen. Nej, så var det inte. Nej.
Du, vi kanske ska hitta någon kristall som gör att du sover bättre. Rosenkvarts, heliotrop, rökkristall.
Den tiden så viskar.
Vad?
Ta det en gång till.
Vad?
En gång till.
Vad?
Tack.
Hej hjärtat! Var är dina saker?
Vi kan ta dem sen.
Just det, jag glömde att... Sorry. Hej hjärtat. Vi tar dina saker direkt, eller? Var är flyttbilen? Just det. Jag är så glad att du flyttar hem igen. Sorry. Hej hjärtat, välkommen. Ska vi ta dina saker direkt, eller? Var är din flyttbil?
Mamma.
Tack.
Vadå, har du sett i dina kort eller?
Nej, absolut inte. Du vet att jag inte läser familj, bara vänner och bekanta. Fan också, förlåt.
Läser bara vänner och bekanta.
Heliotrop, rödkristall. Kanske, ja.
Är det jag som säger någonting?
Nej.
Det finns mörka krafter där ute, det ska du veta. Jag vet, jag har sett.
It's me. Är det jag?
Det finns mörka krafter där ute, det ska du veta. Så var inte snabb på att stänga ner dina sinnen. Nej, nu sa jag fel. Men, ja. Hur ofta ser du det här?
Flera gånger. Nej, det var det inte.
Du behöver väl hitta... Nej, förlåt. Förlåt. Så där, varsågod. Då har jag smakat av. Det ska vara perfekt nu, tror jag att jag ska säga. Om du verkligen vill att Jenny kommer tillbaka från New York, så kanske jag kan få det att hända. Så behöver du inte tänka mer på det. Men snälla Sara,
varför kommer jag inte in på någon av utbildningarna jag sökte? Är det på grund av dig? Är det du som har förstört allting med det här?
Ja, och nu har jag glömt vad jag ska säga. Ja.
Det händer. Varför kommer jag inte in på någon av utbildningarna jag sökte? Är det på grund av dig? På grund av allt det här du håller på med?
Alltså Sara, varför kan du inte säga att det är bara jag som är kvar här för dig? Drick ditt te bara, så kommer allting kännas bättre. Ja, men nu kan jag det till...
Mamma, har du lagt en förbannelse på mitt liv?
Vad är det du säger för något?
Ja, just det. Ska vi ta om från början?
Yes, då vill jag komma så varsågod.
What